Hello, this is the Provoked Prawn, and this is a video to show off the new character in Cuisine Royale, Valentine Viper Chase. This is a character with a pretty nifty special ability that basically allows you to zap across the map. This is known as the Flickering Step mode, which allows her to jump through space. And you get 24 seconds where you can do 4 different jumps that take 6 seconds off of each and allow you to pass around 20 meters with each jump, so you can get quite a distance. Now I'm going to show you a number of different ways that I've used this special ability so far and ways that are interesting to use it. So it obviously has a number of benefits. You can get across a short distance quite quickly. And you can see here, I can see there's an enemy over there. I just killed his friend. He's trying to grab his heart and run to the nearby fire pit. So she's getting shots on him, but he's running into cover, and unfortunately I don't manage to get him before he gets there. So I can use the special ability. You activate it, it uses 40 souls when you've got the special mask equipped, and then you can dash in and get close. Unfortunately, you then have to wait for it to recharge, just like any of the other special abilities, but it does mean that you can close the gap on enemies quite quickly and quite easily, and that's a nice way of using it. There are other ways to use it that I'm going to show you throughout this video. Be sure to stick with me so you can see all the different other potential uses. Obviously, getting close to enemies is a good way. Flanking enemies is also another solid way. Here I'm in a position where I'm 2 enemies on the hill shooting at us. I'm using a Browning 1918, which they've ruined. It's far too inaccurate now and it's very frustrating. So I get closer with it because it's much easier to kill people when you're close up. Dashed up to the tree, gunned both of them down. Now in this short clip, I have encountered a baddie with a bazooka, so I need to kill him quickly, but his mate's there as well. I use it to actually dash past him and get behind him, and he doesn't even realise that I've done that. And so I have temporary advantage, which I wasted and then got shot in the back by a completely different team. But it gives you the idea that you can use this to flank. You can create a flanking maneuver, reposition very quickly. Combine this with something like the link portal trap that I've covered a lot because I really love it. And you can easily move around the map into new positions that people aren't going to be expecting. You can also dash up on enemies who think they're a long distance away from you. And you can even use it to catch up with cars. So I used it here to catch up with this car that's driving by. Dash up quickly on the enemy to be able to pan them. Now this is another thing that you're probably going to see a lot of once people start getting this character. They're going to be using it to run up on you and use the old Uber pan or melee weapon. Now equip it with the knee pads of speed, and then you can dash up to enemies and pan them in the face. Here I'm using it for the opposite reason. That guy has a pan, he's trying to get me with it. I used it to dash away so that he couldn't hit me. Always good to get away from people that want to one-hit you melee kill with a pan, because that's a frustrating way to die. It's good if you're on the end dishing it out, not so much if you're getting a pan in the face. So this is a good way to get close to enemies, reposition on enemies, but also to get out of danger. Here I'm using it again to get in a different position, so the enemies see me on the other side of the wall and I dash out of cover to get a shot on them. Unfortunately I made a complete hash of it and died. It's worth noting that when you're down you can still deploy rituals and traps though. I just put the flood trap down. I'm going to do a separate video on the flood trap because that's all awesome, the little thing to use. Now I tried to use the dash ability here, but unfortunately came unstuck because what happens is you have to press space in order to activate the ability, which also means you do a little jump. So trying to go through a doorway is a bit tricky. You can see each time using it there's a little jump involved. So if you have the jetpack on or the bunny slippers, it can lead to some interesting occurrences. Now to use the jetpack you have to press and hold the space bar, so it's slightly different. But with the bunny slippers obviously you have that bounce effect, so you're bouncing in the air if you press space. So if you're already pressing space to zap forward, you're also zapping forward and jumping, which you'll see in effect in a second, because I did it with the bunny slippers. You can see it here. You end up going up quite high in the sky. It is a good way to dash across rivers and things though, so you can get across rivers more effectively and much more quickly, and therefore either close on enemies or get away from danger and into the safe zone. So this ability is actually very good for covering distance if you need to get quickly to somewhere. Another way you could use it is you can combine it with the link portal, so if your friends haven't got this ability, you could put one end of a link portal down for them, zap to a new position, put the other end down, and then they can get close as well, so you can use it to get quickly into the zone. Now here I've combined it with the flooding ritual and flooded the area, and I've actually used it, and you can see you can use it underwater as well, so there's multiple different ways that you can use this ability, and it works in all sorts of circumstances, which is really handy. One other thing I like to do is if I've managed to get a bit too far away from my friends and they're either in danger or I'm going to be because I'm not close to them, you can use it to get closer to them as well, so you can zap up close to them. Another one that's good for this sort of thing is the Thunderstrike ability, because you can zap across the map and then crash down, or you can use the one where you can go invisible and you can cross distance that way without being shot at, so that's a nice way of doing it. One thing that I've done here, you might notice, is we've used the ability to turn it to night, and it's gone all dark, and then when you do that zapping you give off this big purple streak behind you, so it's not very subtle. However, I don't think anyone's really particularly aware of this ability yet, so it has surprised quite a few enemies with it. You can see getting across that bridge I managed to bounce up and up into the air, and so really combining it with the bunny slippers probably isn't a good idea. However, maybe with the knee pads of speed and the oxygen tanks that you can still move quickly as well is going to be a good combination. One of the things I did say in this video, and I'm going to do a separate video on it, is using it to get close to people to pan them. Don't do this, don't be this guy. I did it so you don't have to. It is quite effective because you can dash up to people. Here I am taking on someone that's in the beast mode. Apologies for my voice, by the way, I've got a bit of a cold at the moment. Hope you enjoyed the video, thanks for watching. This has been the Provoked Prawn. Hope you found this video useful, interesting or hilarious. Be sure to subscribe and check out these other videos, as well as taking a look in the description for links and other information you might find useful. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions or anything you'd like to see extra about this, and have a great life.